Everyone out of here?
Sam!
Come on, get out. He's gone.
Get done with him.
I'll kill you, Rosie!
From her.
What are you talking about?
Well, she wasn't home. Probably had something better to do than wasting her time with me.
Well, I'm sure she had a good reason.
Yeah, like what? Well, I don't care if there is. I never want to see her again. Ever.
Dear.
Rose.
I had nowhere else to go.
Oh, Karen, we can't chuck her out.
It's just for tonight. I'll go in the morning.
You have to go now.
Where to?
Yeah, where to?
Wherever she's going in the morning.
But I thought this was supposed to be a helping place.
It's for girls who've served their time, Doreen. We can't go sheltering escapees.
I will go tomorrow.
If the police find out she's been here, we'll both be back in Wentworth. Roz, you know it's out of the question.
I just need time to think.
Look, all you can do is go back to Wentworth. It's the only way. If you give yourself up voluntarily...
I'm not going back there. You know what it's like, Karen. I can't spend the rest of my life there.
Oh, give her a go, Karen.
All right, but out in the morning. Definitely out.
Oh, beauty. Come on, Roz, you can share my new room. Come and have a look. It'll be real beaut when it's fixed up.
That Hudson bitch. She's stark staring mad. She ought to be in a loony bin.
Well, violence doesn't necessarily mean insanity. Not here in Wentworth, anyway. It's usually very carefully planned.
Doc, am I going to lose the kid?
I don't know, Chrissy.
Well, can you save her? Please, Doc.
It's a her, is it?
Yeah, of course it is. What's the use of men?
Well, I'll certainly do my best, but I can't promise anything. It wasn't the best of times to go slugging it out with Rosie.
She just jumped me. She just kept screaming about her baby. I didn't know where her
All right,
baby
now,
was.
take it easy. I just want you to lie here and get some rest, okay? I'll have an officer look in on you during the night. Now, do you think you can sleep?
Yeah, I guess.
Good. Good night.
Good night.
That's incredible finding out about your mother after so long.
Yeah, incredible.
Aren't you going to live with her, Doreen?
Doesn't look like it, does it?
But if she went to so much trouble to find you,
Yeah, but she took one good squiz and then she shot through again.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Yeah, but you couldn't believe that they'd keep you in the can.
I know. That was before my trial. I've learned a lot since then.
Fancy Bee trying to stop you. I would have thought she'd be out there cheering.
Oh, it wasn't that. Bea didn't think I'd last too long on the run. But I'm going to last a lot longer out than I would in.
Yeah, but where are you going to go, Roz? You know, me and Frankie, we didn't do so good, and even Bea couldn't make it.
And Bea's too distinctive, whereas I can get lost in the crowd. I'll just be like any other girl looking for a job. People are always nice to you if you've got the right looks and the right accent. I'm going to need the right clothes.
Oh, you could use some of mine. I'm loaded with them. Here. Help yourself.
Oh, Doreen. These are lovely.
Yeah, me mum's up to her armpits in taste. You can take the lot.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, go on, try 'em on. I got petticoats and all. You might do okay. The way you got out was real smart.
Well, Meg, I was just coming to look for you.
How's Chrissy? Oh, is she going to lose the baby?
Well, there's a chance of it. Pity, she was dead set on having it. Bit of a change of heart, really.
Yes, she told me. Funny, I never thought of her as having feelings, maternal or otherwise.
You sound almost sorry for her.
Is she being supervised in there? I mean, she can't be left alone.
Oh, that's what I wanted to see you about.
Well, I'll get the night duty officer to check on her. Is there anything she needs?
Just sleep, really.
Well, what if she wakes up? Should we give her something?
Yeah, give her one of these and some warm milk. It's just a mild sedative.
Right, I'll tell the duty officer.
Oh, cherry jam. You're living it up.
Go to see if Doreen's mother.
Yep, the Phantom Giver strikes again.
Hope she won't mind me wearing Doreen's clothes.
The police are going to want to know where you found them.
The cops won't catch her. She's too smart.
She didn't rob a piggy bank, Doreen. She murdered someone. The police are still going to be looking for her in 10 years' time.
Oh, don't listen to her, Ros. She'd give you the willies.
Bea tried to talk me out of it.
Yes, well, Bea ought to know.
Did you know that they had to take Rosie's baby off her and they gave him away? And Rosie went real funny after that, didn't she, Ros? But she did help Ros get away, so she can't be all that loony.
Nobody knows I'm here.
I know, and I'm responsible for the halfway house. How long do you think it's going to be before the police think of looking here? They're not stupid.
So I've really got to go then.
No, you don't. You've got to look after your mates.
There'll be other mates, Doreen. Think of all the mates who get out of prison and won't have anywhere to go because the police have closed the house. Think of what this place could mean to Lizzie one day, or even Bea.
All right. Yeah, I'll go.
I'll give you what money I can.
If they find me, I'll say I stole it. I came here and you weren't home, so I took the money and the clothes.
Thank you.
But they won't find me.
But she can't go. Where's she got to go to?
Don't worry, Doreen. I'll be all right.
Who do you reckon it is?
Yes?
I'm afraid there's been some trouble.
Yes?
Is there a Doreen Anderson here?
Doreen?
Are you Doreen Anderson?
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, it's about your mother.
Mrs. Hemmings?
Yes, a cleaning lady found her this morning. They've taken her straight to hospital, St. Clair's. The solicitor said that you were the next of kin.
How is she?
Well, she's still in the coma. There's not much hope, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much for letting us know. I'll get Doreen to the hospital right away.
She was there. All the time she was there, and I didn't know.
Roz?
They gone?
Yes.
You didn't tell them I was here.
Of course not. They weren't even looking for you. Doreen's mother's collapsed.
Oh, Doreen. I'm sorry.
You go and get your coat, Doreen, and you make sure you're out of here by the time we get back.
Where will I go?
I told you, back to Wentworth. If you won't take my advice,
I don't
then
really
I
need your advice. I've got other friends. Friends of my mother's. They'll help me.
Well, good luck. You're going to need it.
And how are you this morning?
Lousy. What are you doing here anyway?
Just came to see how you were.
Well, you've seen me, okay? Mrs. Jackson. I'm sorry, don't go. I'm sorry. It's just you being nice to me. No one's ever nice to me. It feels kind of funny, you know?
Maybe if you were a bit nicer to people, it'd happen more often.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need?
No, I don't think so. Has the doc said anything to you?
He's doing all he can, Chrissy. You couldn't get better attention.
Oh, God, I hope she's going to be all right. I'm not going to lose her, am I, Mrs. Jackson?
Dunno. But even if you do have the baby, you're going to have to give it up sooner or later.
Yeah, but I will be able to keep her for a year, won't I? That's longer than I've ever had anything.
Why can't I see her?
They won't allow visitors into intensive care, Doreen.
But I'm not a visitor. I'm her family. Well, I'm the only family she's got.
There's nothing you can do. Just leave it to the doctors.
But what if they're not trying?
They'll be trying.
They've been here for hours. Well, maybe they've forgotten all about us.
We heard what the nurse said. If there are any changes, they'll let us know.
Bet she thought I'd forgotten her. Bet she was waiting for me. If only I'd looked around the house instead of walking off like that.
Well, you weren't to know.
Oh, it's my fault.
Doreen, it's not your fault. Your mother was living on borrowed time. She knew that.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna see her. I've got to tell her I'm sorry. Well, she is my mother.
Doreen, sit down. Just sit down. I'll go and speak to the sister on duty. Now, you stay there. Sister?
Yes?
We're waiting to hear about Mrs. Hemmings. She was brought in a couple of hours ago.
No change yet, I'm afraid.
The Hemmings relations.
Yes, what's happened? How is she?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid Mrs. Hemmings died a few moments ago. I'm sorry.
Well, the danger seems to have passed. Are you sure you haven't felt any more pain?
No, none. I'd tell you if I had.
Would you?
Yeah, of course I would. Where I come from, you can't afford to kid yourself.
Right. Well, let's get you back on your feet.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
No worries.
Good. Now, we'll take you back to the maternity wing. I want you to take it easy and get plenty of rest. And, stay out of Rose's way.
Yeah, if I can. She's a nutcase.
We're taking her baby away from her didn't help.
No, I guess it didn't. Meg Jackson says you're going to have to take mine away, too.
It's a bit early to start getting upset about that.
Oh, she wasn't trying to hassle me. She was just laying it on the line so I'd get used to it.
How are you feeling? What's that you've got? Doreen, if that's Roz's skirt, you'd better get
You
rid of
sent her away.
it. Look, there are a lot of things we have to do. You'd better get up and help me. You've been named next of kin, Doreen. It's your job to see that your mother's buried properly.
They took her. They can bury her.
A hospital? They did not. And it's not their responsibility, it's yours.
Yeah, well, why did she have to come and get me if she knew she was going away?
You know, your mother was afraid this had happened.
What?
That you wouldn't have the guts to be able to handle it.
She didn't say that.
She was sick and dying, but she wasn't worried about herself. She was worried about you. And you're too bloody weak to see that she's even buried properly.
That's an awful thing to say. What do you want me to do?
Good girl.
Rosalind, what the hell are you doing here?
Please let me in.
You phoned the coop? Jeez.
Look, you said to come here if I needed any help. Please, Pearl. It's all right now.
Keep quiet. It's not all right. Frank Heath is here.
Who's he?
He works for McNally. He was there when you shot Tony.
Got a moment, Pearl? Well, if it isn't the little pistol-packing mama. Why'd you come here, Pearl?
I told her she was welcome. Her mother was a friend of mine, Frank. If I can't give Jackie's girl a
You
bed...
stupid cow. Are you trying to attract the cops?
I didn't know she was going to shoot Tony when I told her, let alone do a bunk.
Sean's not going to like it.
He owes her something. Her mother rang this place for him for years.
Ain't got well paid for it. You could say he owes the kid for getting rid of Tony. She saved him a job there.
Well, why don't we do the decent thing by her? Get her a passport, give her a ticket out the country.
Why should we?
You said Sean ought to be grateful.
Sean McNally's not in the grateful business. He runs whorehouses, not charities. She's been in that bath for a long time.
Oh, the poor kid's dead on her feet. She's been on the run for days.
Maybe we should take her off her feet.
I hope you don't mean what I think you mean.
Why not? She's a good looker, smart too. She'll soon pick up the trade.
No, Frank. It's not going to happen to Roz. She's a decent kid. And I promised her mother I'd see her right.
Well, you'd be seeing her right.
Jackie, you'd turn in her grave.
Don't give me that bull. Jackie Coulson was on the game herself. She earned a bloody good living. You'd be doing the kid a favour.
You said we can't keep her here. The cops will find her.
We won't. We'll change her looks. We'll send her to Adelaide, maybe the West. If she wants to be looked after, she'll have to work her way, just like the other girls.
Well, here's to absent friends.
I don't give much for her chances.
Oh, I don't know. She's young. The weather's not too cold. She can sleep rough.
Well, so do tramps and junkies and a lot of rubbish Ros wouldn't even know about. She went to a convent school, Bea. That's no training for being on the run.
You know, maybe tramps and junkies look better to her than what's waiting for her back here.
Oh, I'm worried, Bea. Well, she's such a kid and she's so naive.
Ah, don't worry. The police will pick her up before she gets herself into too much trouble. And then when she gets back here, we'll have to talk her into serving her full term. Otherwise, she'll be as old as Lizzie by the time she surfaces.
And just how are we going to do that?
Well, she could look on it as a 10-year hitch in a nunnery.
You've got a funny idea about convents.
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? No drinking, no blokes, no fun and games, nothing but females, well, except for Fletch. And he's like a flippin' priest. Yeah. She could think of herself as a missionary. Take her all of 10 years to convert the sinners in here.
It'd take her more than 10 years just to convert you.
Oh, I don't know. I've always fancied myself in black and white. Although I think the salvos would be better. Can't you just send me one of them bonnets with a tambourine?
Poor Ros. I know this sounds a silly thing to say, but I wish she was safe in jail.
Miss Coulson, come in here.
I'm not decent.
You gotta be joking.
I told you.
Well, come in anyway. We're all friends here. Now, Ros. I'm going to call you Ros, okay? You're making it pretty hard for us being here. If the cops find you on the premises, we all get shot.
Well, I'm sorry.
That doesn't mean we're not going to look after you. But we can't do it for nothing.
I'm sorry, I don't have any money.
You don't need it. Not with a shape like yours. Like the old joke says, you're sitting on a gold mine.
She doesn't know the old jokes, Frank.
Shut up. Now, look, Ros. I'm going to be real nice to you. I'm going to set you up for life. You've got a lot of class. You look good, you talk good, so I won't sell you short. You won't have to take on the rough trade. Now, listen, I'm trying to help you. It's a grown-up world we live in, where people work for a living. Protection costs money.
Oh, God, Frank, give the kid a break.
Will you keep out of this?
I only want to stay for a few days.
Look, I'm a busy man. If you're not interested...
Frank's the boss, love.
Look, everyone's scared at first. That's good. Shows you got feelings. Customers respect it.
All right.
You've never done this sort of work before. Well, Big Bicky's ahead for you, Roz, if you handle yourself right.
Oh, give it a rest. Can't you see she's upset?
I'm okay.
She'll learn. Now I'm off to see Sean. Get Trixie to keep an eye on her, show her the ropes. I want her on the job as soon as possible.
He's disgusting.
He's not as bad as some.
When do I have to start?
As soon as possible, he said. That means tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Look, love, I don't think you know what you've let yourself in for.
I'll be all right. If my mother could do it, then I can.
That's not the point, Roz.
No. Point is, I've got no choice.
Miss Bennett,
What do you want?
did I have any visitors yesterday?
Why ask me?
Did my family visit me and get sent away?
If anyone came, you would have heard. Now get moving. You too, Smith.
Do you think she's lying?
Nah. If your kids had been sent away, she couldn't have resisted rubbing it in. You would have heard it from old Vera, all right.
What could have happened?
Well, maybe your mother's just feeling a bit off. You'll see him next week, sure as eggs.
Oh, you don't know my mother. Feeling a bit off wouldn't stop her. She knows how I look forward to seeing the kids.
That's funny. She can stop at Rosie's cell.
Think she's all right? She's very quiet.
Well, that makes a change.
Well, maybe they gave her a sedative to quieten her down. She could still be asleep.
And maybe they've left the poor little mole to rot. She could have damaged herself the way she was carrying on. She's gone.
You sleep late?
I work late. What time is it?
It's nearly lunchtime.
That's early. I didn't get to bed till 3:30. Well, not on my own.
I wanted to talk to you. I've been thinking.
I thought you might. Love, it's not just the work. This place, it's full of hoods and standover men. It's not your line.
I can look after myself.
Just because you shot Tony, didn't even know what you were doing.
I knew exactly what I was doing, and I'd do it again. I've been in prison, Pearl. Some pretty tough women in there.
You're a kid, and you go on like a kid. Like your mother. She stayed a kid in some ways. Soft. Sure, back her into a corner and she'd fight. But as for standing up for her own rights, you know, they owed her hundreds of dollars when she died, Frank and Sean. They've been stringing her along for months.
I'll make them pay.
Don't be silly, Roz. Listen, say you stayed. Once you got established, you couldn't leave, even if you wanted to. You're on the run. They'd have that over you. I can lend you some clothes, a bit of cash.
Haven't got anywhere to go.
What about that place you talked about?
The halfway house. They don't want me there.
You poor kid. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't have to be in jail to be a prisoner.
Hey, where's Rosie?
She's been transferred.
What for?
What do you think?
I bet I know where she is. They take her baby away from her. She gets upset, and so they say she's crazy.
Where's that kid?
Isn't she in her room? I thought you were sampling her services.
No, she's not in a bloody room. Where is she?
How should I know?
You told her she could shoot through, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And I offered her clothes and money. She said she had nowhere to go.
Well, she changed her bloody mind. Check the takens.
Oh, look.
Check the takens. Count it.
It's all there.
Count it. Well?
She got about 200.
That bitch. That little bitch. I'll deal with you later. No escape crim's gonna do us in and get away with it. Sergeant Harris, please.
No, Frank, don't.
Harry? Frank Heath. You reckon I never do anything for you, hey? Well, you know that crim that got away from Wentworth? Yeah, Rosalind Colson, that's the one. Well, she blew in here and then she blew out again. She was talking about a halfway house. Something to do with the prison, apparently. My guess is that's where you'll find her.
I thought thought you were lying down.
Oh, I changed my mind. You know the funeral tomorrow. Will there be a lot of people there?
There might be. Your mother worked for the hospital, the Blind Society, things like that.
So there will be.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Do I have to go?
The only person who's important tomorrow is your mother.
Yeah. But I didn't even know it properly. They probably knew her better than I did.
They probably didn't.
But they'll all be looking at me.
They don't have to know who you are.
Don't you think?
Look, you've signed the papers, made all the arrangements. All we have to do now is be there, for your mother's sake.
Mrs. Davidson, will she be there?
Yeah.
And you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's okay then.
Do you want to get that?
Karen Travers?
Yes?
This is Sally Lee House, commonly known as the Halfway House.
That's right. Why?
Search warrant. Can we come in?
Sure. What's going on?
Do you know a Rosalind Colson?
I know of her.
Where is she?
How should I know?
Has she been here?
No, of course not. What makes you think that?
What's down there?
The back door and the kitchen.
Anyone else here with you?
Yes, a friend of mine.
I'd like to speak to him.
It's a her, actually.
I beg your pardon. The last time I saw her was when they let me out of Wentworth. I haven't seen her since then. I heard on the news she escaped. You've nothing more to add? Find anything? We'll take a look at the back on our way out, if that's all right with you. Harbouring a fugitive can get this place closed down. You know that, don't you? Not to mention what it would mean to your parole, both of you.
Of course we know that. You don't think we'd risk all that by hiding some little crim we hardly know, do you?
If she shows herself, phone us right away, or you'll find yourself out of business in more ways than one.
Well, you won't catch me lagging. You wouldn't dob her in, would you? Send her back to prison?
It's not a matter of sending her back to prison, Doreen. If she comes back here, and I hope to God she doesn't, well, we'll explain the situation to her. Then we'll tell her we're going to phone the police and give her a chance to get away.
But can't we just hide her here? The police wouldn't know she was here, and anything she wanted, I'd go out and get for her.
They could come back at any time. They could search the place like they did just now. Having her here would be the surest way to get her sent back to prison.
But why can't she stay? She's my friend.
Do you want her sent back to prison?
She's my friend.
Here, Doreen. And she can't stay here. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, don't worry. She might not even come back. Anyway, we've got the funeral to worry about.
Who are all these?
Friends of Alice's, I guess.
Stuck-up looking lot. Ros could be at home right now.
Shh, Doreen.
Oh, I can't help it. Where's Mrs. Davidson?
She'll be here soon.
Shouldn't I be wearing something black?
You don't have anything black. Anyway, you look fine.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Travers. Miss Anderson. May I offer my condolences again?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Paisley.
I hope the arrangements meet with your approval.
Yes, thank you.
Would you care to sit in the front row? It's usual with the family.
No, we'd prefer to stay at the back.
As you wish.
Maybe Mrs. Davidson's not coming.
She'd have let us know.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Haynes.
Good afternoon, Henry. What a poor turnout. Alice deserved better after all she's done.
Yes.
Sir James, it's wonderful to see you. Lady Sarah. Dear Alice, she was such a wonderful person. So many wonderful people. Even some of Alice's deserving cases. She was always taking in lame dogs.
Oh, there's Mrs. Davidson.
Erica, How wonderful to see you, despite the sad occasion.
Thank you, Deirdre.
I was talking to Alice a fortnight ago. She'd lost weight, but she didn't breathe a word.
She behaved with great dignity.
Oh, wonderful woman. Whatever are you doing here? Was she working on one of your charities? I mean, she couldn't possibly have been connected with the prison. Was she? Yes, who are they?
They happen to be friends of mine, if you will excuse me. Hello, Doreen. Hello, Karen. Sorry I'm late.
Hi.
Thanks for that, Mrs. Davidson.
Yeah, she was a real pill.
I'm sorry we had to meet again in circumstances such as this.
Yeah.
How is everything at the halfway house? Fine, thanks. Would you like me to drive you back there after the funeral? That'd be great, thank you. Were you thinking of going somewhere else?
No, unless Doreen has somewhere else to go.
No. Thanks, Mrs. Davidson. That'd be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please go inside.
I think the service is about to start. Are you all right, Doreen?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Thank you, but I'd better get back to work. Are you all right, Doreen?
I suppose so. It's just all them people.
And what about them?
Well, were they all friends of Mum's? I mean, I've met people like that before and they reckon I'm dirt. And if she was like
she
them...
wasn't, you know that.
Well, she was, in a way. I mean, well, if she wasn't, what were they all doing there?
Well, that doesn't make sense, Doreen. If Alice had been like those people, she wouldn't have gone looking for you in the first place.
That's true, Doreen. And she left everything she had to you, no one else.
I know. But why?
Because she knew you'd need it. Something to start a new life with.
I must be going. Trust Karen. She's the best friend you have. Goodbye, Doreen. Bye, Karen. Don't worry, I'll let myself out.
Thanks.
Bye, Mrs. Davidson.
Cup of tea? What's up?
It's not the same for you. You've got this place. But now me mum's dead, what have I got? Nothing.
That's not true, Doreen.
Yes, it is.
Miss Davidson, how was the funeral?
Oh, not too bad. Doreen coped quite well, considering.
Oh, that's good. She must be made of tougher stuff than I thought. I expected she'd be back here by now. Her sort usually don't last long outside.
No. Perhaps the halfway house will change all that.
Yeah.
Have you finished the report on Coulson's escape?
No, not yet. Apparently she did get out in the mechanic's van. The police found her fingerprints all over the place. But we're still not sure whether the fight was a decoy or just a fortunate coincidence.
Well, I don't think Latham would risk her baby on purpose. And Rosie's hardly in a fit state to help anyone.
No, perhaps not. But it was quite an elaborate plan. I think she must have had some help.
I thought you had friends.
I went to a massage parlor where they know me. I had to run away. I couldn't do it. Do you want me to go back there?
Roz, I'm sorry. I'll have to phone the police. The people at the massage parlor must have told the police that you mentioned this place. They've been here once and they'll be back again. They'll keep coming back until they've found you.
What do I do?
The sensible thing. Give yourself up.
After all this?
They'll keep looking until they've found you. Oh, Doreen, you know what it's like. You tell her.
Oh, I don't know.
She won't be with you anyway. She can't stay here. It's the only way for her and us.
Well, one thing's for sure, I'm no lagger.
The police.
Don't open the door. Pretend we're not here.
They'd have heard. I'm sorry, Roz. I'll have to answer it.
Can I help you?
I'm Tony Hepworth, Doreen Anderson's parole officer.
Oh, Mr. Hepworth.
She was supposed to report to me this morning. May I come in? The mountain doesn't have to come to Mohammed, you know. I'm doing her a favour by being here.
Yes, I'm sorry. Come in.
Thank you.
Doreen! It's Mr. Hepworth, your parole officer.
Well, where is she?
Probably in the bedroom. Doreen! She must have just popped out for a while.
Look, she knows the terms of her parole. I'm not supposed to chase around after her.
I'm sure she honestly forgot. She had to go to a funeral today. Her mother's.
I didn't think she had any family.
Neither did she. Her mother managed to trace her just before she died.
I see. Well, I can understand that she may be upset, but I'm afraid the parole board wouldn't. If she doesn't report, she breaks the terms of her parole.
Couldn't you just...
I'm sorry. It's my job. I have to see her.
I'm sure she won't be long.
You know where she is?
She was terribly upset. She must have just gone out for a walk.
The office closes at 5:15. If she hasn't been to see me by then, I'll have to report her.
I'll make sure she's there. Thanks.
That's okay. I know it's hard sometimes, but then we all have to follow the rules. I'll see myself out.
Whose house is this?
Me mum's. It's locked. Come on. You go first.
What if the police come?
Don't worry about that. They know this place is me mum's, and, well, if they come round, I'll just say I'm keeping an eye on it.
I don't know, Doreen. I could be getting you into a lot of trouble.
Oh, get in, will ya?
What now?
Well, you just stay here.
What, forever? Oh, I'm sorry, Dor. I shouldn't even be getting you mixed up in all this.
Well, you're my friend, aren't you?
Of course.
Well, friends have got to stick together, and I'll see that you're all right.
If I could get to Sydney, I know some people who'd help me.
But the cops would be expecting you to try and get out of the state, and they'll be watching the airport and that.
What about the train?
Well, they'll probably be watching the interstate trains too, but you could try the bus and get off and slip over the border at Wodonga or somewhere like that.
I'll still be watching the terminals. I probably wouldn't even get close to the ticket office.
Well, if you give me the money, I could get your ticket. I can come and go as I like now.
But how am I going to get on the bus?
Oh, well, my mum's got lots of things and old clothes here. We could make you a disguise.
Oh, no, Dor. I couldn't. It'd be like robbing a grave.
Oh, Ros, it'd be okay, honest. She wanted me to have everything, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I loaned it to a friend.
Oh, I'm not sure. Feels like stealing to me.
Listen, Ros, when you're on the run, you've got to look after yourself and bugger anyone else. Me and Frankie found that out. So, when you're finished with the stuff, you could send it back, and then it'd be just like borrowing.
Well, all right.
Oh, good. Well, look, you go and look for the clothes, and I'll go back to Karen, because the way she's acting, she's liable to dob you in.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
So you're back. How very considerate of you.
Thought I'd better.
You know that was your parole officer, Mr. Hepworth, you ran out on. He wondered why you hadn't fronted up.
Gee, I thought it was the cops.
Well, you'll have to go to the cops now. Mr. Hepworth's going to report you.
Would he do that?
He has to.
Honest, I clean forgot about him after the funeral and everything.
Well, I hope he takes that into consideration. You better get down there right now. You might just have time.
Oh, first thing in the morning, as soon as I've got Ros off.
You're not still hiding her? At the house, I suppose. Oh, Doreen, I give up. You're determined to go back to prison and drag me there with you.
Gee, Karen, it's only for tonight, and I'm the only person she's got to look after her. Anyway, by tomorrow she'll be on her way to Sydney.
I didn't hear that.
I've got to help her.
Doreen, you get down to the parole office right now, not tomorrow or the day after.
Can't I give him a ring?
You get down there now, or else you can find yourself somewhere else to live. Do you understand?
Yeah, Mr. Hepworth got real niggly with me, first of all. He thought I'd shot through or something.
Did you tell him you were only hiding an escaped convict?
Nah. I said what with the funeral and everything I forgot. But he was all right when I told him about my mum dying. I gave him a real sob story.
Seems awful the way I'm exploiting your mother. Her clothes, her house, and even using her death as a cover story.
Yeah, but if she was here, I reckon she'd think it was okay.
I think she'd probably feel the same way as Karen. The sooner you're rid of me, the better.
Wish I could come with you.
You're nice and safe, Dor. Don't knock it.
I'll come to the bus anyway.
We can't be seen together. For both our sakes.
Well, that's the trouble with being outside. On the inside, we could be friends, but outside, I've got to treat you like you're poison or something.
You've been wonderful, Dor. Best friend I ever had.
But I'm never going to see you again.
Yes, you will. As soon as it's safe, I'll get in touch.
Be a long time, though.
I'm going to have to make myself into someone completely different now. And that'll take time.
What name are you going to use?
Dunno.
You could use mine. Oh, no. Suppose that wouldn't work.
I don't think so. No point in making it any easier for the cops.
Well, you could use my mum's name before she got married. I wish you would. That'd make it a nice present from both of us.
What was it?
Alice Gascoigne.
Alice Gascoigne. It's very classy. I like it. Well, I'm going to have to go now if I'm going to catch my bus. Would you have a look outside and see if it's clear for me?
Yeah, it's clear.
Bye then. And bless you.
The report on Coulson's escape.
Oh, thank you. Any new revelations?
No, not really. From all accounts, she really did arrange the whole thing herself.
Well, yesterday you didn't think that was possible.
No, she must be a lot smarter than I thought.
Not too smart. We've had a report she's been seen in one of Sean McNally's brothels. If I'd killed his wife, that's the last place I'd go.
Yeah, right. How old's the report?
Oh, a couple of days. She could be anywhere by now.
I can't. Please,
Let go.
I've got a fail.
Oh, please, could you get some help?
What's wrong?
I don't know, he just fell down.
He's just drunk.
He could be dying. Couldn't you do anything? Looks dreadful.
Drunks usually do.
I can't find his pulse. Oh, couldn't you get someone, please?
Okay, look, loosen his collar. It might help.
Ring an ambulance. Doreen, is that you?
Down to my room.
Well, you could help with the dinner.
I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry, so we don't eat, is that it? I hope all the girls that come into the house don't expect me to wait on them hand and foot and swear with their parole officers and entertain their fly-by-night friends.
Karen, Roz is gone.
Good riddance. Doreen, don't cry. going to do with you? Come on, sit down. I'm sorry I hassled you, love. I was just so worried about you. I thought you'd gone off with Roz.
I wanted to, but Roz said it'd be bad for both of us.
And that just goes to show she's a good friend. She was really concerned for you.
She would have nearly caught her bus by now.
Doreen, please don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Do you want to know what name she's going to use?
Can't you understand? I can't be charged with withholding information if I haven't any information to withhold. So don't tell me, please.
I brought back this photo of me mum. See, she's in her wedding dress.
Oh, she looks lovely.
She used to be called Alice Gascoigne. It's very classy, isn't it?
Very.
I think Alice Gascoigne would be a nice name for anyone to have, don't you?
Yeah, I think so too.
Don't die. There's an ambulance coming. Hold on.
The ambulance is on its way.
Well, look, can I leave you to it? I've got to catch my
I'm
bus.
afraid not. You're under arrest, Miss Colston.